Third time's a charm, as they say. This is the third time I've made this recipe. I really hope it works. The annoying thing about it is that it takes 6 hours to set, so it takes me 6 hours to wait and see what a failure I've been. In this pan, I have melted 100 grams of butter with 1 large banana shallot, roughly chopped, just sitting in there, infusing its onioniness. In here, I've got 600 grams of baby potatoes, and I'm going to cook them until they're really soft. Here I've got 50 grams of peas. You can use fresh or frozen, which you've blanched, and I'm going to roughly chop these into a bowl. Into that bowl, Dakin's original recipe is made with wild garlic. I can't get any wild garlic. Next, I'm going to take a small handful of mint leaves. This is going to make a 1 pound tin. That will be enough to serve 4 people as a starter. So it's a small handful of mint, and I'm going to roughly chop that. You could add tarragon, put in a very generous pinch of sugar, drain the potatoes. I wasn't getting my potatoes soft enough, and I didn't have enough butter. I don't know, we'll see if this bloody works. Sick of the sight of it, but I will not be defeated. Potatoes chopped, going in the bowl with the peas, the mint and the sugar. I'm going to use a tea strainer to pour in the butter, leaving behind the onion. Give it a stir, give it a little bit of salt, some pepper, taste a little bit of potato to make sure you've got the seasoning right. I've got 2 dinky 1 pound loaf tins, obviously double the quantity if you're using a 2 pound loaf tin. Double line one of the tins with cling film. I'm going to squash it down with my hands. I want this so compacted. Put another tin. So a tin of baked beans, I've just weighed it, weighs 470 grams. This weighs nearly 1 kilo. So I have filled this tin with baking beans. They're lovely and heavy. That's going in the fridge. Pull the cling film back from the bottom and turn it out. That just came out, but you can loosen it with a palette knife if you need to. I'm very, very nervous. I have a very, very sharp knife. I'm leaving the plastic just covering around the sides to see if that helps with cutting it. I'm now going to cut. That feels good! On a plate. It looks absolutely beautiful. I got there in the end. This deserves some beautiful presentation. I've put my wild garlic mayonnaise into a piping bag, and I'm just going to pipe 5 little blobs of mayo around the plate. Finish with some pea shoots. I got there in the end. Pressed potato terrine with wild garlic mayo. Into the bowl of a blender. I don't have a blender. I'm using my food processor. I'm going to add 1 egg yolk. There is a recipe on my website for a larger quantity, but I don't want to make too much. 1 teaspoon of whole grain mustard, 25 ml of apple cider vinegar, teaspoons of honey, about half a teaspoon of salt, a small bunch of wild garlic leaves, roughly chopped. You could use tarragon. You could make this any flavour you like. 75 ml of olive oil and 75 ml of vegetable oil. Give this a whiz. Then with the motor running, start very slowly, pouring in the oil. Taste it and adjust the seasoning if necessary. Then store this in the fridge. This is going to keep in an airtight container in the fridge for up to a week. Delicious served with potatoes. Or I'm going to have it with crab cakes.